stickers off.
What up, people? We live. Heroes No Capes.
Episode 8.
Episode 8. Here with another episode for y'all, talking about some more Disney's Marvel trash. Disney period. They've been fucking up a lot lately, and it just keeps getting worse. You know what I'm saying? The flames just keep getting bigger, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to see. Yeah, what's up, Ego?
What's going on, man? I am down for another roast of Marvel. It is a dumpster fire, and I am here for this slow train wreck, and that's what we're going to pretty much talk about for part of the day. How's everything over there?
Everything's good, man. What have I done? Have I done a video recently? Oh, yeah, the She-Hulk. That was my most recent video, so we got to talk about She-Hulk.
Definitely.
Marvel What If has become a real thing. What if they brought Stan Lee back from the dead and started putting him back in these movies, which is what they planning to do by Marvel selling his likeness or whatever, or being able to use it. So we got them exploiting this dead man. That's what's happening. As far as entertainment, they got some other shit going on. You know, we'll cross those bridges if we get there, if we get to them. But right now, we're just trying to have some fun and take dumps on Marvel, who love to keep taking dumps on us.
Exactly.
Or in the case of She-Hulk, they just shitting and people got their mouth open, like, give me some more, give me some more.
When the McDonald's ice cream machine is broken, you'll open your mouth for anything.
I said, just give me something. But yeah, that's what's going on. What you got for us, man? You want to start talking about that? You want to keep shooting some shit? How we want to do it?
Oh man, I kind of want to get straight to it because you kind of beat me by a few days with the Marvel She-Hulk trailer. You know, I saw that you did that because I wanted to kind of give some of the perspective that I had. You know, some of the bit of the backstory. I'm not gonna lie, I had to wiki parts of this for it to make sense because it seemed like they were trying to make 3 different versions of She-Hulk and put it into this show. And I didn't know which one they're trying to actually give us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They said, I wanted to keep it as fresh as possible. So I only watched part of your video and maybe part of Critical Drinkers to kind of see if I was on the right track with things. But as far as, you know, the trailer reaction, for people that have not seen it at all, they basically give you the intro to Jennifer Walters. Basically, she's an attorney for the division of superheroes. So if there's a disaster involving a superhero, she's a spokesperson. She helps, you know, clean up the messes. Is kind of what I gathered from that 30 seconds that they literally told us. I'm an attorney for what looks like part of S.H.I.E.L.D. or some kind of other private division. You know, she says she's got a frustrating family, and that's when they say that, you know, her cousin is Bruce Banner or Smart Hulk. They basically want to show her transformation to She-Hulk, and I guess they're trying to give us the confidence she has somewhat in her alter ego. So what I did like, you know, based on kind of the comic book history was, you know, it was somewhat accurate with the costume design. You know, they kind of went with that unitard look instead of the bathing suit look. I think they did like maybe in the late 90s or early 2000s.
Do you want to bring it up so we can like look at it?
Yeah, I don't even know how to share a screen. I kind of leave the technical stuff to you, man.
Okay, that's cool. I'll bring it up just because, I mean, you saying this, all this shit coming out right now, we going like it go through my eyes and then it immediately exits through my brain. This shit's gone.
Okay, no
So
problem. Yeah, I'll just
uh,
if you look up her costume changes, like
I'll
just put
put a
She-Hulk.
I'll put an
Yeah.
actual video up and then we'll kind of go through it and just I guess react to it.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
And I'll just have you pause, I guess, at certain points from what I did see.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to Marvel.
Okay, no problem. Take your time. Like I said, I think it was the most notes I've taken pretty much on a superhero for something like this. Even for someone that I have some of the She-Hulk books. I haven't gotten into them yet.
Man, I honestly have not read a She-Hulk book. I got the She-Hulk you let me get.
Right. That's Red She-Hulk. That was I don't know how they got
It's Red
from blue
She-Hulk?
to red. That was Red She-Hulk. That's still her. No, wait, no, I'm sorry. I think that might be Betty. That was Red She-Hulk.
Yeah, that's Betty. No, this is
That's Betty. Yeah.
Jennifer, the book that you
Never
gave me.
mind. Never mind. She was not in that then.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
that I
yeah.
saw.
So
Okay,
I mean, you said speaking of Betty, so those are the books I'm familiar with.
right,
Seeing a more established She-Hulk,
right.
in like a Hulk story or like a story involving other characters, as
Okay,
well as the Red Hulk books where you see She-Hulk in there, Red She-Hulk, all
yeah,
these Hulks, these Gamma Warriors, this Hulk family.
right.
So yes, but my experience from what I've seen from She-Hulk, even with the games, the old games, I'm not talking about no new shit coming out.
Okay,
And like the from cartoons, you know what I'm saying? Us growing up and seeing her, she's always been that same character.
okay.
Um, so I don't like this version that I'm seeing of her.
Yeah, I got you.
And yeah, man, just because how they handling her, she just doing a whole lot of complaining. They got the SJW shit going on, so she like
Oh
talking about
yeah.
some. Yeah, I guess we can talk about it as it happens, but I'm not pleased with this She-Hulk. Uh,
Okay.
and it's not us comic book dudes, man. We love these female characters. We want to see them.
Right.
We
Right.
want to see them done correctly. This is
Yeah.
not a well done She-Hulk, especially with this whack ass version of the Hulk that they got.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, in this show as well.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get both of.
All right. Take your time.
There we go. Yeah, I was
All
wondering
right.
why we was not on the screen.
All right. So I'm not sure if you'll probably hear me over the audio for this. So if I just throw the peace sign like that, I'll just say keep pausing right here.
Well, actually, I can't look at both screens at the same time. Just tell
And
me,
we
pause.
can't.
Just say it. Just say it.
All right, because I know we can't play the whole thing out. We have to cut it up at certain points anyway. But yeah,
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
All
just tell me. I'll stop.
Okay.
Being a superhero is a trial by fire. Who's gonna protect the world if not people like you?
All right, so you can pause right here. So I actually like this look for her because I know that usually when she first came out, like in 1980, she basically just had on a white dress, and like that was it. And
Okay.
whenever she transformed, she would just be in a white dress, barefoot. She'd still be green like that, but she'd still have, just the white dress. And then I think the late 90s, maybe early 2000s, they went with like a unitard bathing suit. So with this one, I get it. You're trying to make it updated for now. I like the fact that it's kind of the unitard with the short sleeve shirt and the shorts. So I guess that's a little bit more comic book accurate, while still being, in the canon of outfits she's worn. And the fact that she does not look like a grizzly bear had sex with a gorilla and just painted her green is, something I'm like, okay, I can let that slide.
So are you saying it because of how she's been portrayed in comics recently? You're saying
Yes.
they made a good move. We didn't get that version. I'm not gonna
Right.
say we. I'm gonna say people didn't get that version.
Right.
So this ain't for
I
me.
will say, I know that it is going to be a roast, but even in a roast, there are some things that you can do right. It's just that when the execution is that poor, it will actually drown out some of the good things you actually try to do.
I'm not gonna get them passes whatsoever for none of this shit.
Okay,
Okay,
that
but
is fair.
we can, check it out, roast it and whatnot. I feel like
Oh
it
yeah,
wasn't hard for them to choose this costume just because if we don't see her in like the first transformations, but that's old shit, you know what I'm saying? Back in
true.
her early inception, like they gonna take the look of these characters from their most
Oh yeah,
popular, you know what I'm saying?
oh
So
yeah.
it wasn't hard for them to choose this. This is usually what
Okay.
you see her in, the purple and white unitard thing,
Oh yeah,
cleavage or no. I've seen her with jeans over the unitard. So
yeah.
yeah, man. Yeah,
Oh
this
yeah, bro. It was really risque in the '90s, man. Like, yeah, it
okay.
was risque at that
Yeah,
point. But
yeah.
yeah, I will say this and the fact that she looks more like an Amazon. I think they said that she's 6'7" in this form. So the
Mm-hmm.
fact that she's not 8.5 feet tall and doesn't look like a complete monster, and the at least suited I will show you is the only thing that I will say that I will actually give them. That's what I'm saying. In this entire trailer, that's the only thing that I will say, okay, you're neither getting this nor this here. It's just staying right here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, keep going. Keep going.
I'll say it wasn't. You didn't fuck up as bad as you could have, but you've
That's kind of
already.
what I was saying with this.
Yeah. All right.
All right, go ahead.
I'm Jennifer Walters. I'm a lawyer. I have great friends. Can we get some shots, please? It's an emergency. Demand.
You saw that
Go ahead. What?
with the hand. Can we get some shots, please? I don't want to see that shit.
Not in a Chili's, man. You can't be.
Well,
You can't do that.
Maybe I
sits
did
at-
it with this hand.
Who sits in the booth seating yelling for shots? You do shots at the bar.
Take
Like,
your
that
ass up
is
to the bar.
exactly that is inappropriate etiquette to have at what looks like a Chili's or an Applebee's.
Just the fact that we got her, bro. She's talking about I got great friends. You know, she's talking about I got a shitty job. It's like, bro, they want us to love this female character, which they claim we don't. It's like you want us to love this weird version of the character that we're not
Right.
accustomed to.
Right.
I don't want to see She-Hulk complaining about her shitty life as a woman. Okay.
If it's that kind of a life, like at some point, where's the accountability for the choices you made?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. You ain't got shit going for yourself
Right.
until you end up getting a Hulk. Now
Right.
shit's better because you got some.
Right.
I don't. It's
No, I mean, even that, if you could, like I said, I will never watch the Tom Holland Spider-Man, but at least with him, from what I understand, he would say things are great regardless of how terrible they actually are. In fact, I haven't heard any male superhero complain about their life the way that I've seen her complain about hers within the first 20 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
Oh no, because
Exactly.
we just live our lives and we know shit gonna come
Right.
our way. We just
Exactly.
gotta deal with it.
Yeah, as a man, you're gonna hear you suck.
Yeah.
Your life kind of sucks. You're like, okay, well, I mean, despite that, let me find the good things in it. Like, this doesn't sound like someone that's actually grateful for the things that they have.
Bro, and Jennifer Walters was not like she was meek, okay? She was not just complaining ass bitch.
Fair.
She was, you know what I'm saying? She was about her business. She handled her job, but she was just like, I ain't really finna, do too much, like
Right.
confront people. She wasn't confident in herself sexually
Right.
until she becomes the Hulk. All right. So it's like
Right.
the total switch in personalities that you get with like the Hulk and Bruce Banner. This is just
Right.
complaining bitch, and then it's gonna be complaining bitch that's strong. Oh shit.
Play some more, man. Play some more. Play some more.
Ending job.
We just started a superhuman law division, and I want you to be the face of it.
And a frustrating family.
Emil Blonsky. So
Mhm.
so a lot of people don't know it. My name somewhat came from The Abomination. I love my superhero, the Hulk and Spider-Man, and I love their villains. Because I feel like they're kind of like victims of circumstance, and they have to deal with the consequences of their quest for power and their jealousy of like the main character, the hero. So I
Right.
love the Venom and the Abomination. So the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton, I love that fucking movie. My only complaint about
That
that
was awesome.
Abomination My only complaint was he didn't have the ears, which I didn't care because that's like a movie adaptation. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't take away from the story. It's some fucking cosmetic. But I was like, this is him when he first gets the radiated shit. He could slowly mutate. You know what I'm saying? And then we see the ears come out and him slowly become more grotesque and more abomination-like as people grew with him in the MCU. But that didn't happen. Now they're trying to push him in here. This nigga appeared in Shang-Chi somehow. I don't know. But
I was going to ask you about that. I had no idea how you even got there.
Bro, I'm not watching this shit. I don't know. I would love if the audience told me. But yeah, Abomination. So yeah, I fucks with that Abomination heavily. So it's terrible to see, man, because you finally get to see these niggas in live action.
I know.
For a long period of time, and they just like, we don't give a shit.
never meet your heroes, man. Never meet your heroes.
All right.
Place one on there.
Because we didn't ask for this, but you still got to deal with it.
So yeah, you got to pause that right there. I don't know why they're saying we didn't ask for this, but we have to deal with it. I'm trying to figure out, are they going to explain the fact that she gets her powers from her being shot and needing an emergency blood transfusion, and Bruce was the only one that had the same blood type and was right there?
Mm-hmm.
You're making it sound like, I don't know, maybe werewolves in that respect.
Yeah, it's like it's some family type thing that's passed on, and it's like I guess maybe they're trying to pull from that movie where his dad was like
Eric Bana's version.
Yeah. So I'm like, are they trying to do that? Like you hint at it without actually using that as the story, but
I'm not sure, because that was what his father directly injected into himself. And then by virtue of him having a son, it was naturally in his bloodstream. That wouldn't explain his cousin. If they're a brother and sister, maybe. But I mean, if you're not trying to give me the fact that it was the emergency transfusion, I can't believe it. You would have to, that's something you would have had to have put in the trailer, that she'd been shot, because being shot or having anything traumatic to you can dramatically change your perspective. That would explain why she's kind of weak and timid, but still has a job to do.
It's terrible that they not explaining it. I feel like that's what they want to do. The less the audience actually knows, then the fucking better. More people are gonna watch this shit and just be like, ooh, ah. But we ask the questions because I'm seeing her in a fucking chamber right now, standing up with a helmet on her head. This don't look like no emergency blood transfusion.
Not at all.
She looked like, I got a fucking Hulk. What do I do with it? Come on, Bruce, show me how this works.
Exactly. Look, you're like you were one of the X-Men in a low budget danger room. Stop.
Yes, but she, what is this? Why is this nigga so fucking soft? And somebody brought up a point. The Hulk was the again, Bruce Banner, but then lose all control, and now he becomes the Hulk, total different entity. She-Hulk had control of it. She's what you. The person that chooses to be the Hulk, to the best version of the Hulk, or like both of those, like combine yourself and your Hulk self. Now that's completely lost because we just got I call them two gay cousins, or like Hulk gay, and then his best friend or his his bad bitch cousin or whatever. So now they just hanging out, chilling and shit. So now we just see two soft ass Hulks just kicking it.
That was being strong. I was gonna save this part, but I will actually talk about it now since you brought it up. So what you just said was kind of the flaw in them giving us Smart Hulk at Infinity War and Endgame, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he retains his intelligence and strength, and She-Hulk does the same, do we not have redundant characters taking up the same space, right?
Yes.
So then, by that logic, the way that Marvel does things, there really can only be one. Right? One version of the character that does the one thing.
Jane Foster, Mighty Thor.
Exactly. So you see where I'm going with this, right? It's not necessarily a bait and switch. They're switching the bait that they gave you now.
Yeah.
Because they start out, you gave us the Hulk solo films, but didn't say that they were MCU canon. Now you're giving us She-Hulk and making it MCU canon, even though this was supposed to go maybe 10, 12 episodes, got cut to 9, which lets us know this is probably going to be a limited series, which means that if we see another Hulk film, Hulk-based, I'm not sure if this version of the Hulk with Smart Hulk is going to be in it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Why do you say that?
So, because this character is newer, which means she's cheaper. The contract is shorter, which means if you renegotiate, you can probably renegotiate for a lot less with her character than you can with Mark Ruffalo's character. Mark Ruffalo's been in what?
But they not using. But they wouldn't have to use him. He could just appear sometimes if they want, and then if he does, they can only use his voice. Like they probably
that's what I'm saying. It would be substantially cheaper to do something like that and make this version of the Hulk, She-Hulk, the real Hulk, the more relatable Hulk. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
The way that they showed it in that scene which says that Hulk is off on some island, takes her off to some island someplace, and by them saying he prefers his to be in solitude, as you saw in Thor Ragnarok. He went off on the Quinjet by himself. They showed him on the island by himself. They can always say Hulk is either off-world or on another island being in his solitude. He's only called upon by S.H.I.E.L.D. if necessary. And that's how you get him to be Hulk, agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and he's like part-time.
Yeah.
With her, she gets to be more integrated into the MCU. She's probably cheaper as an actress to sign on for another 3 or 4 movie deal to appear in, all the other feature films, even if it's just a cameo, to actually boost the profile of the characters. Because in Phase 4, we haven't seen that much that they're offering.
Yeah.
Other point I wanted
shit that they just throwing at us.
A lot of what?
I said, except all the new shit that they just throwing at us.
Right. Well, the thing is, it is, but it's not sticking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so with this one, you've got, hey, look, we got another character that's giving her props and, allowing her to be the one true Hulk, the best version of the Hulk.
Terrible.
Which is redundant because you're telling me Smart Hulk is the best version of the Hulk, but he's also not as strong as he used to be when he was in Berserker mode as full Hulk. The other thing was, and I'm sure you'll like and understand this, is that I'm not sure that this version of the Hulk, She-Hulk or regular Hulk, is even really sustainable. So based on publication history, right? Her book's been canceled 6 times since 1980, right? And I'm only counting solo runs that she got. 20 issues here, maybe 50 issues here, 8 issues here, 6 issues here. I think they're like maybe 163 total issues that are firmly She-Hulk, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think part of the issue is that, and you would like this too because of werewolves, there's always going to be a duality in man and women, right? There's the civilized you and the animal. And if you think about it, some of the most famous books that we deem as classics deal with this. Dracula, Wolfman, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, where you're actually trying to fight the urge to be the animal that's already inside you, right? Yeah. Even when it comes to cinema and even Marvel movies, we've got Blade, the Hulk, and even Jim Carrey's version of The Mask. It's you dealing and having that fight. And people actually like to see that, whether you win and you elevate to be the civilized man, or you devolve into the monster and no one can save you. We are interested in watching that fight and that struggle because that's something that we all deal with. But if you're giving me this sophisticated and neutered version of Savage and Man or Savage and Woman, no one wants to see you half-hearted attempt at your struggle of the monster and the civilized man.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why this version of the Hulk isn't sustainable at all.
I think that goes to my point of we haven't seen the Hulk's development where we could, so where he would be a sustained character, and people would want to see him again. I always go back to Thor Ragnarok, but I think if we would have saved that story and actually had a Hulk story, saved it for whenever they got the good rights and all that type of shit, we could have seen the Hulk off-world. We could have seen, the legacy and whatever, this kingdom that he built, how he got there. He was a fucking gladiator.
Right.
The average person wants to see the Hulk smash. That is all a fucking person wants to see.
Exactly.
So if you give them that and have him in a gladiator story to where that's his sole purpose, now we have reason to see him just be a rage monster. But also he was conscious and he started to go on a journey of, okay, what am I actually fighting for? Do I really want to be alone, or have I just not clicked with everybody that I've come across? Are there people out who will understand me? And I think that would have gave us a better look at the Hulk. And then to go after their story where he ends up coming back to the planet and wants to fucking kill everybody.
Yeah.
I think, and it's crazy that this whole strong woman agenda that they got, if they were better creatively, they could push it and we'll be fine with it because we've already seen strong women. So in the actual comic, the Hulk comes back on his like quest for vengeance against the Illuminati, which we could have seen them in great fashion, but they just died by Scarlet Witch. But I'm like, that's how you could have introduced those characters, as well as if we would have seen She-Hulk be built up in Disney Plus, and then explain why Hulk is gone because he's on planet Sakaar.
Right.
When he comes back, I don't think they utilized her in the comic enough because she was like, hey, big cuz, like chill out. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about this. Don't go off just smashing everybody. And I think if we would have grown with She-Hulk and seen her be herself and be confident and handle her Hulk self, she could have been the lawyer or like the voice of the people of Earth when Hulk comes back on his rampage.
Right.
And I think, you know what I'm saying, great moments that we missed out on that could have been adaptations for this shit that they trying to do that would have been accepted if it showed that you actually cared about the original stuff. You're just trying to tweak it for the format. But no, we get complaining lawyer fucking She-Hulk. All right, anyway, we ain't even finished with the trailer.
See, we couldn't even say go ahead.
All right.
Transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing. Oh.
Stop.
Gotta stop. Gotta stop it right there.
Stop.
What's up, man? Go. What you gotta say?
It's just saying it's the baseline of a woman saying that, hey, you triggered my transformation, and now I'm a monster, but I act like this as a baseline every day. You're saying that all women are monsters when if that were actually the case, that would have come out in your attitude in the intro to this entire trailer. You would act agitated. You would act.
That is what she acts like, though. That is what she acts like. She was complaining. When she says anger and fear, I don't take that as anger like confidence, like I'm about to rage out and handle my business. I take that as you just angry. You just complained about shit. If you angry about something and you ain't doing nothing to fix the situation, then you just complaining. And that's what I hear about her.
Exactly. The more I complain, the stronger I get.
The more enraged I get until I do something. And that's when I physically assault a man and they can't do shit.
Exactly. which we'll see, which looks like a salty end. Go ahead and keep playing it, man.
All right. Well, yeah, man. Are we just now with the woke shit? I wouldn't call it the best friend scene really woke. That was just her chilling at a spot with her friends.
It's not. It's not. I mean, I guess that's the best friend trope that they're trying to show you.
Yeah. With co-worker, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't mad at it. I'm just saying that to say that this shit, the trailer was fucking trash before we even got to the wokeness.
Keep playing. We got another 60 seconds. Let's try to get through this, man.
Bruce, it feels like if I don't transform, I'm gonna die. It feels like if I don't transform, I'm gonna die.
Look
at this. I'm gonna die.
If she don't transform, she gonna die. Bro, look at this face.
He looks like someone slapped Fred Flintstone with green paint.
Bro, he look like some, Jack Murphy, bro. Do you know what happened with that situation?
Stop.
This dude look like he
I do.
This host look like he want to be some Giga Alpha Tad, but really he be playing with his butthole or something.
Oh my god.
Bro,
So I don't know if they clipped it, but I would say, let's say there was a malfunction and you were trying to break the door down because the button malfunctioned after you press start and you couldn't stop it.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? Like there's an attempt and then there's a real fear. Like this face is just it looks like Michael Scott from The Office. When something happens, he's like,
that's what it, bro. That ain't this character.
Not at all.
That ain't this character.
Nope.
This is who we could have seen during this whole time period. But right now, when we seeing Jen, he's off world fighting for his goddamn life. R. Kelly.
Please, man. Let me get through.
God damn. He's girl, I don't know if you need to wear that.
Keep going, man. Go to the next one. Go to the next play, man.
What the fuck?
Yes. No.
The cheap comedy that the MCU has become. All right, so in that moment, she just got angry. She transformed because she's better than him. She can do it, no problem.
Right.
With having the Hulk in less time. And she about to go out there and assault this man because he just put her life in danger. But she shall overcome.
Of course.
That's what the new mantra for feminists gonna be. She shall overcome.
All right. Go ahead.
I just want to be a normal, anonymous lawyer. Can you tell us where She-Hulk is?
Jen, you're a story now.
Girl, your ass looks crazy right now.
This
You
is
could be an
ridiculous.
Avenger.
Oh, I'm not a superhero. That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans for some reason.
Stop. Okay, that was another point, and that was something I also did not like. I can understand the confidence in her being She-Hulk, but I don't like the snark.
I don't hear confidence from this She-Hulk.
Oh, you know, okay. I will say the bluster of confidence. It's not real confidence, but it's like with your chest out. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, when
it's a false confidence. Go ahead.
When the girl said your ass looks nice, she was like, "Oh, really? It doesn't look big and green and disgusting." That's what her face looks like to me. I don't see confidence from the She-Hulk. I see her girlfriends building her up.
Putting a battery in her back. Okay.
While she talks shit about the men on the Avengers, the girl boosts up. Girl, you could be an Avenger. Tony, if you would have had the Infinity Gauntlet, your arm wouldn't have burnt off.
Can you imagine what the snap would have been?
Well, let me fix this shit. God damn.
So yeah, that was part of the issue I had with her making that statement about it's for billionaires, narcissists, and adult orphans. Like, okay, so what of? And I part of this from Critical Drinker. So we're leaving out Captain America, Hulk, your own cousin, Spider-Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, Captain Marvel, Falcon, Winter Soldier, Ant-Man, and the Wasp. All Avengers that have none of those issues.
Exactly.
So who are you talking about? What are you talking about?
And that was them putting a foot in their mouth.
Yep.
Because that was a clear example of them saying, fuck them original characters. Yep. Fuck them dudes that brought y'all into the movies watching these characters. It's like, do they know? Are they aware that they saying this? A lot of people don't know. A lot of people don't care. So I can understand.
I think they don't. I think they don't care.
I can understand why this evil corporation would take advantage of shit like this. But to continue to spit in the face of fans who are saying, we see you, we see what's going on. Now they like, you know what I'm saying? Now they got a line like this. And this is not no line that they fucking had in the show for people to find out as it came out. This is in the fucking trailer.
Exactly.
So they let you know how they feel.
Keep this playing, man. I just 25 seconds. I'm holding on by a thread.
All right, man. All right. Hold on.
I know
Hold
you.
on.
I was like, he's not gonna get past that part.
Hold
Not
on.
gonna get past that part.
So,
What?
so first he goes off with the horn in her head, right? So he
Mhm.
waking up. Hulk training begins. Okay, she gonna
Mhm.
get a crash course in Hulkness, and then she gonna the student is gonna surpass the master. All right, so that's what's
Right.
going on. So he waking up bright and early because he Professor Hulk. He about his business. He about getting shit done. But then, hold on.
30s.
This is the best day.
Orphans for some reason.
I'm looking for the part where they clink them glasses together.
Are you about to slow mo the frame?
I don't know how to slow mo.
Right there. Oh, that's fine. You missed about like maybe
Adult
3. There you go.
orphans
3
for some
seconds. Right there. There. Yeah.
This is what we get. This is what the fuck we get. Have you seen? I know you don't really watch anime, but there's like it's always a meme in this picture where you see Goku and Vegeta, and you see they backs and they like bumping fists, like.
Oh yeah, you got the one on the left. I got the ones on the right.
And they be looking at the whole MCU.
Squad. Oh yeah.
We could have had shit like that, where Hulk and She-Hulk is bumping fists. We about to Gamma beat the shit out of whatever threat is coming.
Mm-hmm.
The whole montage of the hero whooping ass or training and figuring out the powers. Come on, bro. Come on.
That's true. It's been a staple since like the 80s.
Come on.
There are plenty of examples.
We could have seen real families, real cousins going at it. Gamma warriors. Again, these are the beginning for them to introduce all these other Gamma characters. You know, niggas was talking about fucking Ross's Thunderbolts coming in and shit when everybody want to theorize and all this bullshit. They got a plan.
Oh yeah.
They got a roadmap to greatness, you know what I'm saying? And not even fucking using it. So instead of seeing the Hulk fight, this nigga clinking glasses in a tank top.
Yeah, the least you could have done was had the whole bottle in your hand. Because if you're telling me about your size and your metabolism, that's a sip of water. Like, have the bottle in your hand. Show us the fact that your metabolism is supposed to catch up with your physiology.
Bro, if they wanted to shit on men or talk trash about men, like you said, have the Hulk giant ass hand grab a big ass barrel of some shit and just like a man, just primitive. And she could, you know what I'm saying, say her little female shit, or she might be cool with it, like, damn, cousin, slow down. You know what I'm saying? Bet it went like that, or you ain't finna be pulling nobody doing that. You ain't blending in like that, cuz. And I would have been like, ooh, that's She-Hulk.
Exactly.
But nah. All right, man. I'm complaining. What was the part that you saw that you thought I was gonna catch? What was it?
I thought it was them actually showing Abomination in the pod.
Nah, man. Abomination looked good. Again, they're not doing anything with this character that's actual story. Again, can't nobody tell me why the fuck he showed up in Shang-Chi and now he's here. So they haven't fucked this character over yet. I'm not holding out hope. I don't give a shit. I know it's coming, but there's no point in looking at him because all we see is like him aesthetically, and aesthetically he's fucking pleasing. So
that's what I was gonna say. I said if anything they would say, okay, they actually at least got the design of him right.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Is there anything more depressing?
She about to say some dumb shit. Is there anything more depressing about dating in your 30s or some shit? So 30s. We about to see. I ain't trying to talk. I ain't want to take it away. Y'all finna see it. But that's what we seeing in this show. Again, this is a superheroine. All right. I ain't seeing no superhero shit going on.
I haven't either. I've just seen one.
Huh?
I'm just seeing someone that's not really confident in themselves trying to use a superhero to their advantage. And that's actually what you weren't supposed to do. You know what I mean? Iron Man kind of broke that when he said, I am Iron Man. It was supposed to be the exception, not necessarily the rule, that you use that to actually get laid, pretty much. But the thing is, he was already getting it anyway because he's already a billionaire and already had the money, the cachet, and the social status to do it.
Yeah, well, I would say that she did fuck because she was a She-Hulk, which I ain't mad at. If we want to be honest, in my younger days, we appreciate a woman that was upfront. Hey, I'm just trying to have a little fun. I'm trying to do the little thing. I might like you, you know what I'm saying? We might not. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? That's honesty. At least we know what we're doing. She-Hulk could do that. She was strong and she was sexy. So she was like, bro, I like you. You know what I'm saying? I'll fuck you. Don't try none. Because I smash her in more ways than once. You know what I'm saying? So she had that confidence to like, I can do what I want. I can be sexy. I can be free. That's not the lifestyle for all women, though. All women can't handle themselves like She-Hulk. But because she could, she was able to be confident, be free. Again, this feminism bullshit, the strong woman agenda that they want to push, they could have done it and done it well, and it would have been like under our noses, or it would have been in character because those elements are already there. So when these companies are telling us we don't like this shit, it's like, hold the fuck up. We love these women in the original versions of them. These versions you making is garbage. These some hoes. These some complaining hoes. I want some teammates. That's what I want to see.
Exactly.
Bro, one point of mine was like, men don't hate women if they underperform. It's kind of expected, you know what I'm saying? But once you find a woman like a Jean Grey, like a Storm, you know what I'm saying, like a She-Hulk, that is holding her own with the dudes, you like, that's my female. I need her on the squad.
Yeah.
If there's a dude on the squad that's not putting in work, he gonna get it worse than the female. It's like, nigga, we expect you to, you know what I'm saying, to be something. All right. So it's like, bro, it's not. I think we hate weak men more than we hate females just being there, period. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly.
I guess people, I want to say weak man, people who ain't contributing. That's what I'm gonna say to the team. Pack mentality, if you ain't, you know what I'm
saying? I mean, I would say that usually for men, it's like, well, when guys hang out, it's usually we all do the same thing, right? Mm-hmm. Or we all have the same views, or, you know, one person we depend on them for the one thing that helps the group run. You know what I mean? I knew that like in my group, I usually got transportation down. You know, hey, look, I'm not the person that's going to set up this group outing, but yo, who needs a ride? What time are we going to be there? I can pick up 3 or 4 people. I'm logistics. That's what I work on. If I'm falling short and I can't pick people up and I didn't really plan the event and they're making their own way of getting there without me, I'm not going to be as useful to the group. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I also am the research guy. You know, hey, if you give me something, it's like, can you let me know more about this? Because I'm interested. I can find out and dig into it. Even if it's not something that I'm into, I can give you all the relative information. Pros, cons, good, bad, ugly. You'll get that from me.
Yeah.
And if someone's dependent on me for that and I can't deliver, I'm out. You know, men usually are told early on what their worth is and where it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And yeah, bro, it's not weak or strong. It's like I said, putting in work. You know what I'm saying? Pulling your weight. Mm-hmm. How are you contributing to the group, to the betterment of us? You know, so yeah, bro. If you got a man and a woman ain't pulling their weight, man, a man gonna get it worse because he's expected.
Oh yeah,
he's expected. Yeah, so yeah, man, these whack ass females they making, man. We definitely ain't finna love them the way y'all.
Portraying them, no, man. You know what? You can just cut the rest of the 18 seconds out, man. I don't want you to try to take that dude to her bed like a piece of meat.
I gotta show the people, man. I gotta show the people.
Okay, fine. Just good blood.
I gotta show the people, man. Look at that. He like, damn, man. Ain't no woman ever held me like this. Look how he gazing in her eyes, bro. He love it.
It's just, you know, I would say there's certain things you don't really have to really show, because if he was like, you want to split fries, she's like, let's get those fries to go. Insane. That's it.
Insane.
You don't have to really go insane. That's all. That's it. That's all you need.
And it's like, what did this man do so spectacular to sweep She-Hulk off her feet?
I don't know.
That's that same scene, okay? Give me the She-Hulk I'm asking for. I'm seeing her fight, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing her smash. I'm seeing her be confident, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing good relationship camaraderie with the Hulk. And if she would have looked at that dude like this, like, ooh, and then she was like, I'm gonna fuck, or like, you trying to, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. I would be like, ooh,
Yeah.
she's confident. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that's kind of sexy.
Different.
And you would have left it at that. But now it went into all of this shit. And I'm like,
Right.
okay,
it was like, well, yeah. Well, like usually when you're thinking of Tinder and Bumble, it's like, well, hey, I'm not necessarily great in social settings unless I'm put in one, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that she was She-Hulk and still had to resort to going on a Tinder date instead of just being at the bar, seeing that guy, like, you know what? I want that guy. I'm going to go with him and I'm going to start. That's completely different. Because if we would expect, if it was a male superhero to do that, we wouldn't expect to see him on Tinder. So what are you doing?
Right.
Like, you're Captain America. Just wear the suit. Walk into a bar, sir.
So Thor Golden Locks ass would have just been sitting up there ironing them out. I want you, I want you, I want you. And then he gonna pick up on that energy for the rest of the night. Be like, I have chosen.
Right, exactly. Get hit with this God of Thunder.
Yes.
Right.
Like,
I got this. I got that Mjolnir for you.
So you trying to lift this hammer?
Are you worthy?
That's what we would have got though, bro. And that version of She-Hulk, we would have seen, we would have respected, and
fair.
We would have loved. But this is just one turd in a whole bowl of shit. So it's like,
it's just Marvel's becoming a porta potty of entertainment now.
It's disgusting. And you say portal because it's only here for temporarily while the normies hold it up until that fucking ship sinks.
You can cut that one. I'm done with him, and I've thoroughly roasted as best I can roast it. I'll just get a tummy ache after this point.
Stop using my RAM to share that shit.
Oh man. But I guess we could do, speaking of actual entertainment companies, John was wondering if you heard about that Netflix purge that it actually happened Tuesday, but the news more about it is getting around like the last day or so. You hear?
Nah, you was telling me about it. Go ahead and tell the audience. Let's talk about it.
All right, cool. So I can just give you the quick blurb, and I actually got some of this from the Daily Mail. So Netflix actually fired about 290 employees in the last 3 days. It was 70 from their social media and publishing team, 70 contractors, and 150 staff. So we're looking at all this being for the ones that were working on content for marginalized communities, right? And so I'm just gonna read you some of the scrap projects, okay?
Look. Because you said the marketing team, and all I see is some blue-haired weirdos typing up some flags and shit, and some Netflix head up like, get that gay shit off our website, off our Twitter profile.
Exactly. You just write in here. Exactly. Well, I mean, it was like they were doing stuff like blackmail lead and you know other productions. So you're like, we don't really need all this right now. So they're like, they had to scrap it. So I'm just gonna read you some of the scrapped projects, okay?
Right.
You heard about the one with Meghan Markle it was called Pearl. Basically, it was this huge self-insert where she plays a socially conscious child going out into the world, right?
Okay.
Then there was the anti-racist baby.
Okay.
Yeah, that was by Ibram X. Kendi. And Wings of Fire
baby.
Yes, it's basically a man that has a baby in one of those little shoulder holsters, and he's throwing up the fist, and the baby's like, "Fight the power." And and that's the actual picture of the cover of the book. He tried to make an animated series based off of that. Ava DuVernay was supposed to do something called Wings of Fire about like racist dragons or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And so
Rick and Morty did sexual dragon, so you know.
a sexual dragon is actually funny. I'll give you that. But a racist dragon, your fire's not blue enough.
Hey man, do we really want to go there? Because when Donkey got him some of that dragon thing, I was with it.
I'm not gonna lie, you're like, okay. He slayed the dragon. Okay,
it was good enough for him to stay in there and pump out 5 kids. So you know what I'm saying?
He said in the morning, I'm making waffles.
He making waffles. He said, baby, I'm making you waffles. Strick, you ain't getting no more of these waffles. I was going home with my baby. But yeah, weird dragon shit. But
Exactly. Yeah, but so if as far as the base is concerned, right? Netflix lost about like 200,000 subscribers over the last quarter. So they were saying it was only 0.1% of their actual user share. But I mean, 200,000 times what? $8 a pop is a substantial loss, right? And so if they actually did their year over year comparisons, and they're actually down $100 million compared to last year. So, if you can put all that into context and say, you know what, in 2021, we had $1.7 billion in revenue at this point in the year. Now we're at 1.6. So $100 million, you have to clear those losses or at least stop the bleeding. And so with that, and with them trying to cut down on password share and the fact they may even consider putting ads in the streams now, they had to cut the fat, and technically trying to make these marginalized community based content was a lot of fat that they had to cut. I went through all that, but what are your thoughts on it?
I was telling you earlier, Netflix is a company. I don't give a shit about companies really, or not that I don't give a shit about them. You have to understand that they definitely don't always have the people's best interest at heart or the consumer's interest at heart. I fucks with Netflix for not taking down Dave Chappelle, and then that whole issue when the Chappelle show was even on there. So just how they've been handling the whole Dave Chappelle situation. They've had woke, weird ass content, but they have, other shit for the opposite side as well. So I appreciate that. But what they're doing by getting their woke employees out is like, well, you companies have been making all these fucking positions for these people to be in. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all let these scrolls infiltrate and now they taking over. So that's your own ass. So, okay, I was saying that to say that Netflix has been pretty all right with decision making, as far as I know. But other companies will try to pull the same shit as they lose enough money. It's up to us people to make them lose that money when they do dumb shit or don't create things that are up to a certain standard. People need to stop eating shit, stop being okay with eating shit, chitlins, you know what I'm saying, is their main fucking sustenance. But companies are going to start making moves like Netflix. We stand with the conservative community or the religious, because motherfuckers will say we love the Muslims and like, you know what I'm saying? Like all these marginalized groups, we want them to be them. It's like, well, the motherfuckers that was here first, now you hate our guts. You don't want us to be us. But anyway, a lot more companies will start to make these moves. Okay. Hey, we're getting these employees out. They don't line up with the values of the company, which is including everybody. They're going to start saying everybody and be like, we was with y'all from the beginning. So yeah, those are the type of moves these companies going to start making. And it kind of like with Disney, I really do think people don't realize that there are people in positions that make decisions. Like you were saying with the hero story, these people in these positions are not being better than their primal selves or their negative traits, their quest for like power or selfishness and stuff like that. So we got those type of people in positions making decisions. All right. Disney is not fucking Mickey Mouse up there, you know what I'm saying, making decisions. And it fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's actual people who have their own shit to gain or like their own view or publicity that they trying to, you get what I'm saying? They persona, what am I trying to say? They're gonna put up a certain facade. Like you see a lot of these companies saying, yeah, we stand with the gays, we stand with the black folks. All right, but then they get they poster out in China or some shit, and then
it's not that.
Finn be tiny, and then all the gay shit be took out. And it's like, no, I thought you like niggas kissing. Let me see it. I want to see him kiss with some sand around him. And it's companies. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, bro. I don't think people realize that there are people who got their own selfish gains in these companies making decisions. And the fact that they didn't contribute to the creation of this shit that we love, it makes it worse because they taking it and they saying, At first I thought they were trying to take these properties to kill them. I don't think that's what they're trying to do. I guess culturally, some forces at work trying to kill them because if you don't got no art, you know what I'm saying, you ain't got no culture, the people lose their will and they morale and themselves. They ain't got shit to fight for but government or whatever. But once you take, I don't think they really trying to attack that per se, or that the companies exactly are. I think the governments who control them are, but the companies, I think they trying to push their agenda. But they take the fan base to say, hey, all you Marvel nerds, y'all listening? We hate you. Strong women. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all you Halo fans, you listening? We hate you. You know what I'm saying? Women are better than you. So I think they just taking these properties to make sure they got a huge enough audience to say what they got to say. And as it dies, they fine. They out. The ship is sinking. They'll be like, all right, we're going down with the ship. But then you see them like scoot away on a little floaty, little zoom away or some shit. I'm being funny. It's some cartoon shit, but
it's nice. I always had. I would have this version that I would do to kind of mock the person that comes up with the Marvel movies, because gay, straight, socially conscious, or an idiot, they all sound the same to me. So it's almost like when they pitch She-Hulk, I'm like the person they're trying to pitch it to, and they're telling me basically the story that you'd want to actually hear. You know, hey, she was shot while, going after this crime boss. She's, about to die, and she gets this blood transfusion from the Hulk. And then she winds up having similar power sets, but because he didn't get irradiated with the bomb, the symptoms are milder, but she's still got the strength, the stature, and she's trying to make her way of being transformed into a Hulk, but knowing that, hey, I'm still just as powerful as an attorney as I am as the Hulk, right?
Yeah.
So this is someone that actually is invested in the character, has done the research, read the comics, and they're pitching this to a Marvel executive, right? To me, this is my version of the Marvel executive. I see where you're going. I like that. That's good. Okay, we have some elements that we like to put together. However, you know what? What if she's really meek, she's really timid, and then she's got this frustrating family, and there's a lot of drama, and then, oh my God, the Hulk comes in, and then he teaches her how to be the Hulk, but then we have some Yas Queen, get it and go, and now she's the super heroine. We've got Yas Queen, we're socially conscious, it's going to be a hit, and we're going to call it She-Hulk. And to me, that's how they all sound. That's irrespective of orientation, that's how they sound to me. So
those
that's
are the
idiot. Good.
Those are the people in those positions that I'm talking about to make these decisions.
Right. And to me, it's like that's how they all sound. I'm not saying that, all gays, they say this, all lesbians, all straight white men, all black men that are whatever. No, they all sound like that to me. So whenever I make fun of someone, that's always how they sound, with an underbite and a lisp. Like there's no power in what you're saying. It's just words and trying to make everyone happy. But you're totally saying the problem that you're saying by trying to change everything, you're saying that what I gave you is wrong. It's terrible unless I change it to be something that fits the needs that make me feel good, and are going to have people say that it's got all the elements of what's going on in current year than in established comic book lore and canon.
That's what Kevin Grevick said when he with his Underworld series, when he said he pitched it. But they had to, in order for it to be greenlit to happen, they wanted a love element. So he was like, okay, then let's do a Romeo and Juliet with vampires and werewolves. So he was like, he didn't go in with that in mind, but because they wanted to change it for what they wanted. So saying that to say that since the shit already happens, now that you see widespread, like we pushing this narrative, that's all we getting, for sure. That's what's happening. So you got that employee, but you also got the man in there. You got the silent man who has been told that he is mansplained so much that he's just shutting the fuck up. He ain't saying nothing. That's how that dude looked like when I made the video for Lightyear. The lady was asking questions. He was like, he was just doing that. He was like, I don't want to say nothing. Let me let the woman take it. So then the woman start talking. So I was just like, you got some people in there that probably agree with this shit or not. But they ain't gonna say nothing because they don't want to be seen misogynist. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be mansplaining and then they don't want to be
Generally, people do want to be liked. It's the fact that when you So when everyone wants to be liked, they'll just say, well, hey, I'm not going to be the one that brings up the controversial thing or make the statement that someone could take the wrong way. So generally, we like to stay neutral because we want to be liked. But the fact that you actually start pointing the finger and saying just because you exist, you're all these terrible things when, hey, we've been out to eat as coworkers before. We've gone out for drinks. We've been at holiday parties. We have at least a decent working relationship. How are you going to be this personal with me and you don't really know me, but we've hung out before? It's when you start doing that, the guy says, you know what? And then, what's there that's been holding down is actually going to come out. So you wind up actually alienating a person that wound up being a decent contributor to the team. And I think that's why Netflix, to a certain extent, is falling apart.
I got you. I was telling you that I guess I pay for Netflix, but through my phone bill, I was just paying like some extra on it for like multiple screens or like HD or some shit. But I was like, you know what? I'm only watching this shit on one screen. Fuck it. I don't really care to watch a lot of shit, especially now that we doing this and I got the channel and all my other shit. It's like, bro, I got other time. I got time that I could be putting into other shit, as well as following, the various content creators I follow on YouTube. Then I just start putting that money into them. You know what I'm saying? Joining their communities and like supporting them. And I'm like, I really think, man, I think that's where the world going. I keep saying this, and maybe I'm just like looking at the, on the bright side, but shit's gonna change. This art renaissance is coming. And a lot of people are going to look at our stuff, not me and you particularly, but the people who are creating, not attached to big corporations. They're gonna be looking like, hey, this shit fire. Then they're gonna start telling folks, we're gonna get put on.
Yeah,
that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I think in part we're almost going back to what it was like with cable TV. Do you know what I mean? Every one of these separate entities are going to have to form under a certain banner after a while, because at the rate of, I'm charging $10, they're charging $8, this one's charging $9, that one's charging $11. At a certain point, you're going to want a bundled service. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And at that point, it's like, well, hey, I would need Daily Wire and Young Rippaverse and the Blaze to come up under a banner. I'll pay $30 or $40, maybe even $50 a month to get all of those under that banner, so things don't look like it's sending money here, here, and here. It's one place I'm supporting these 3 people that I know. It's under a banner that I'm okay with, and maybe it gives me exclusives to any release dates, any comic books on the Young Rippers verse. Things like that. And, part of what made Netflix so great was the fact that a show that you forgot was off the air for maybe like 9 or 10 years would suddenly be back on there. So like The Office, everyone was watching The Office. They loved The Office. Or Law & Order SVU. I remember watching at least 16, 17 seasons on Netflix because I didn't have cable for NBC. So, all the shows that we used to watch that weren't either in syndication or were off the air, you would find on Netflix. But once the rights expired and either Hulu, Peacock, or Prime picked them up, Netflix was left to say, we should just make our own content. And they started buying the rights to all these really popular imprints. But again, going back to the executive that says, it's great, but it would be better if, and then we get shows that are busted like the second season of The Witcher, or any of the other woke garbage that we've been getting, because they're trying to pull in even more subscribers because they realize they're losing them to the other companies.
That made me think of hold on, a couple points. So you saying people would want bundled services like from individual creators on YouTube? You would want them to work with somebody? You saying people would want that so that they put money towards something to get, I guess, the most out of their money, especially if these people are
it's not so much the most of the money. It's just the fact that if you're charging, I would love, I have the creators that I do support. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's hard when I have to go into the Blaze app for Steven Crowder. Then when Young Ripper comes out with his app, I got to go in there to get that. Then I might have to go into the Blaze app to find something else. Then the Daily Wire has their own app, even though they collaborate with the Blaze. And there's a lot of overlap. Do you know what I mean? If Young Ripper, Nerdrotic, and Geeks and Gamers had their own app and they're like, hey, look, for $60 a month or $200 a year, You've got the rights to our content, our videos, any comics we create, any meetups that we do. If there's a Comic-Con where we're going to be at a vendor, it gives you a discount.
I get what you're saying. That wouldn't
Yeah.
work though because they make their own different content.
I know, and that's why it kind of clashes. I mean, what I'd want and what the reality of it is are going to be different. So it sucks because you can't support everyone. It's just it makes it so you have to support a few. Go ahead.
I'm gonna disagree with you because
go on.
The only way I see it clashing is when people are like streaming at same times, which that can be an issue. But I guess everybody ain't as fortunate as me because I'm at home fucking 24/7 with my business. So I understand for people out in the world, you help show me like everybody ain't just got videos on for hours just listening to them.
Right.
So it's like I can miss a stream. But what I'm saying is that's the only time they clash to me is when there's multiple streams going on. Because as far as actually supporting creators, man, if you think about it, if you already supporting or got multiple streaming services, you putting less money into the creator as well as having tiers from creators on how much can you actually
contribute.
Contribute. But I wouldn't want them to work together or kind of come up with that because then business issues could come about or like conflicts of
I don't mean direct collaborations, but like, well, hey, we're under this banner. You can find my stuff here, their stuff there. Even though they're technically separate, it's under a banner. Like I don't really use. Go ahead.
That would be an example of like Geeks and Gamers though, because it's one game. It's one Geeks and Gamers, but then you got all of the individual members. But Ripper is not a. But Ripper is not a member. Like Nerdrotic is not a member. Right. So I wouldn't see a world to where they do that unless they're like doing something like me and you. Like we got Heroes No Capes, but we got our own individual shit going on. So like unless they, you know what I'm saying, like. If they had that interest in creating something like that, I can see and how they could benefit or be easier for the people to send money towards this cause as opposed to individuals. But I do think finding those individuals that you've grew with, you watch they content. I think that personal relationship should be kept intact. Because then you do feel like my money is going directly to this person that I somewhat know or feel like I know. So yeah, I disagree just because of that, but I get what you're saying, and I think that will happen in the future as us individual creators become more established. Then we could decide, who to collab with, what company are we finna build, you know what I'm saying, based off of our talents. But yeah, bro, that's in the future. In the concept of what you're talking about, I do see that working and happening. But in the fucking future.
Okay, that's what I mean. With the explosion at a certain point to keep up with it and make sure you support everyone, I think they're going to have to at least be under a banner at some point. At least the ones that can do that, collaborate, that are freaking collaborators.
Yeah.
But anyway, I mean, the other thing that I know that we want to talk about before we close out was the you sent me this about Stan Lee inking a name, image, and likeness deal.
Yeah.
So I can give you I double checked the story. I'll read to the audience that may not know, but he signed a deal for all of his non-Marvel intellectual property, right? And he signed it with his friend and business partner, according to him, Gil Chapman, who's the president of POW Entertainment. So he actually partnered up with another company called Genius Brands, and they inked a deal with Marvel Studios for Stan Lee's name, image, and likeness. So it's a weird way of them just saying Stan Lee signs a name, image, and likeness deal with Marvel because he gave it to his friend and business partner, and that guy gave it back to Marvel. So we're basically, I guess, going to see the reanimated corpse. Yeah. And I guess the interesting thing was that his daughter was trying to get that deal overturned after he died. So, I guess in one respect, I'm not sure how that contract would have worked if he was close to maybe 91 or 92 when he signed it, like 3 or 4 years ago. And even then, it's like, well, if he dies, I thought the next of kin would take over the estate. And if she takes over the estate, then that seems like it would be a contract that you'd have to reevaluate specifically with his daughter. You know, because I mean, to go against someone's wishes, especially if it's the next of kin, is kind of an awful situation to have to find out that they're going to use audio clippings from my father, or they're going to have him as a hologram in some movie just to say that he co-signs this and he's not around to defend it.
Bro, and yeah, for her to see your fucking dead father, to always be reminded of that. These people just sucking him for whatever they can, even while he dead. It's like, how fucked up do you have to be? Again, these are people in these positions with their own interest and selfishness who are making these decisions. And they don't give a fuck about who they got to take down to get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's fucking wild. I was trying to think about like how would you do that tastefully? And I heard Flaccid Phoenix talking about like they had like posters or like have him on the TV of something old, something already established, then that would be, I guess that would be more tasteful, I guess. And the only reason I'm kind of saying that is because the cameos have been a thing that he voluntarily, like he wanted, you know what I'm saying, himself to be still implemented in these properties, even at the movie level, which he ain't have too much to do with, but you get what I'm saying? It was still his shit. So you're like, I'm gonna be up in that joint. And people like that. It became, again, like a personal little brand or like a little stamp, like this is Marvel. So I guess that's what they trying to keep doing, like put that little Stan Lee stamp on it, like this is legit. But unfortunately, it's going to be used to kind of legitimize some fucked up decision making,
right?
That they
And that's kind of where I'm going with it. I mean, it was a tasteful thing to do when he was alive.
Yeah,
let that man rest.
Yeah,
you know, stand on your own decisions. Don't use someone else that's dead and gone to actually promote what you're doing. It's not like they're putting up holograms of Walt Disney himself to prop up every decision that Walt Disney as a studios or a theme park makes. They said, no, we stand on our own decisions. This is the brand of Disney, and we're going to use that. Don't say that, to prop up this movie, we're going to dress up a man that looks like from a distance, it might be Stan Lee playing audio recording. So now he's making his mouth move. So it's like a dubbed version of Stan Lee. Let the man rest. He was 95 years old.
Bro, you know what's disgusting about that?
What?
They trying to get his likeness. Think of him as an actual character, an actual superhero in our world. To validate them and their decisions, their existence, they're about to use him, a pre-established legacy character, to come in and say, I approve of this. Disney has, or Marvel has never been as great as it has been until now with this motherfucker taking over, whoever that is. And it's like, unfortunately, if this shit happens, you know what I'm saying? It's just fucking evil here on earth. Like, it's happening, but for us to be able to see this shit, if that's really what's going on, it's like, damn, it's like y'all ain't, the devil's supposed to be a little bit more cunning. You know what I'm saying? And you motherfuckers just out of ideas, and you just
I just think that it's not necessarily the devil being cunning if everyone's that dumb.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
I just think there are a lot of people that don't really care, that consume to consume, and it doesn't matter what they're consuming as long as they're up on the current thing. Like, this is the new pop culture, and it doesn't really foster independent thought. And if you have any independent thought, it seems that it's going to be shouted down, not on the basis of it being logical or having a certain background that says you did the research and you see the nuances. It's going to be about a bunch of trigger words that are designed to actually put someone down and completely discredit them.
Mm-hmm.
So, we said it in Men in Black. Kay said a person is smart, but people are dumb and panicky, and you know it.
Yep.
So I think that's really where they're going with this, instead of knowing that, with the right audio engineer and the right software, you can make the likeness of Stan Lee say anything. And that's where I have the real issue.
Fucking terrible, because that can be just like an experiment again, bro. These folks connected, I'm pretty sure, to other shit, governmental involvement, possibly to some degree. This can be a fucking experiment. They already did it with Star Wars with what's her name, Carrie Fisher, and then
yeah,
Tarkin. I forgot what was his Commander Tarkin, something. I forgot his title, but they've already used dead people's likeness for shit.
Yep.
These are just small experiments or seemingly what is it, like spread out experiments that are actually, again, if you can use these people to say your shit in your movies, who knows what other aspect of life will people's likeness be taken to say I did that. Fucking Captain Jack Sparrow and Mera right now. You know what I'm saying? If the technology was there, the motherfucker can have pulled Johnny Depp face up and said, and had him doing anything right there, like have his face full on a body punching the shit out of Amber Heard, and she would have been like, "Come on, punch me, make it look real." You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, that's the type of that's the fucked up world that we move into, and I've already been moving to, and just don't even really know it.
Exactly. I mean, well, you know, that's kind of where we are with things. I mean, that's all that I got for today. I mean, it was pretty much turned out to be a roast of terrible entertainment ideas and Marvel. But I mean, what else do you got?
Man, there was some other point I wanted to make, but I fucking forgot. But Marvel trash. Speaking of Marvel, Miss Marvel just had another fucking trailer of some shit to come out. It's more garbage.
Oh, really? Oh, guys, I can't do it anymore now. I mean, there's nothing to really be excited about. I think superhero movies for the last 5 or 6 years have gone the way of the cowboy westerns. It's something we're gonna watch when we're old in the nursing home. And I remember the original Hulk and Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. Okay, Grandpa, go take your nap. It was great, but they turned it into trash. You know, that'll be us in the nursing home. But
I'm glad you said that. I don't want to extend this too much longer, but
no, that's fine.
The future that we do have to face is the kids who are growing up with this shit. So to them, their versions of these characters, their OGs are going to be this shit that we call it garbage right now.
We're going to be get off my lawn with that. We're like, I remember Iron Man. Dad, no one says that anymore. That's not politically correct. War Machine was the real one. We talked about this. I can't have you come to the family reunion if you're going to just shout out about Iron Man. But he was red and yellow. Okay, go take your medicine, Pop.
Don't be bringing your white superhero. That's gonna be our fucking future. So it's up to us, man, to make sure we got our original shit in the show that and spread that culture to the upcoming generation and to the people who actually crave or thirst to know these characters seriously. People who like I didn't give a shit about Captain America or Iron Man, you know, when the MCU came about. I saw them in the movies and I was like, okay, I like what's going on here. And then I became interested in the characters. Unfortunately for them niggas wasn't in the comic book shops when I went to go get their books. It was some blackface going on. But that's what I mean. Like, you do have people around who want or generally interested in this shit, a lot of shit. So we got to show them how it really was, as well as introducing them to our new shit. Like fucking Lord of the Rings, bro. I wanted to get into Lord of the Rings, but then as I'm watching the movies, the Rings of Power trailer shit come out, and I was like, well, I guess I don't want to enjoy Lord of the Rings no more because I'm finna be fucking disappointed when this garbage come out. So just fuck it now. But
I would say my friends have been trying to get me to watch Lord of the Rings for years because they're saying those 3 movies are actually really good. I watched some of The Hobbit. They were like, that's not really the story. That's like a blurb that they made into a whole big thing. But they said the Lord of the Rings, the one I think Peter Jackson did, like those 3 were actually really good. I don't really do fantasy on that level. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard for me to get into. But if someone says we're going to watch it, I'll try to watch it, you know.
All right, man. Like I said, I was getting into it. I'm on the second movie. I got to watch the third one. I hate to end on you saying that about Lord of the Rings and like your reluctance to kind of watch.
It's not a reluctance. I just keep forgetting it's there. Like Harry Potter, I only saw like the first 2, and then they're like, there are 6 more. I'm like, 6 more?
I feel you.
Maybe when I was younger, I would have really been into it. But you made 8 movies. How many books are there? More than 8. I was like, you know what? That's a lot. That's just I got stuff to do too. So if someone says they want to do a marathon with me, I'll do it. But it's not like I'm just gonna sit there on my own time and just turn it on.
Look, bro, I feel you 100%. All right, I'm not really with that shit too much. It's interesting and it can be done. I've seen it done well.
Yeah.
Especially with games, I love it. But I like that the Geeks and Gamers, which I don't know if you have, but they got the Dungeons and Dragons stream that they've been doing, which got me like into it. But I'm not really with the might and magic and that nerd shit. But seeing people, I've always enjoyed seeing people play and have fun doing it. Right. Because I'm like, I play RPGs, so I get what y'all what y'all doing.
It's the original RPG.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, man, I understand the love for it, but when people are making these stories up as they go, like the dungeon master was like, okay, you have just stumbled upon this. And then it's a trap. And I'm be like, oh shit, what's all gonna do?
That would be entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. Somewhere around here, I actually have a Dungeons and Dragons book. So like I was trying to get into it. It's just I didn't know that it takes the dungeon master months to put that together. Yeah. And so they'll be like, well, they'll have campaigns. Like, how long was your campaign? Like 4 months. So I was like, I like the fact that it would get you to be around your bros, your girls. You actually, play a game. It's based, you have everything that you built this world for yourself. You know what I mean? You have these characters that you've made yourself. It would foster a lot of creativity. Yeah. That's something I would try. It's just not something that I'm immediately drawn to, All right. But anyway, yeah, I'm that's what I got today. I mean,
all right, man. Yeah, I'm sweating, bro. I'm sweating. I'm keeping
I was like, man, it's so hot today, man. You get out of there.
It's cool, man. I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy doing this hero's work. Hero's work is never done. But yeah, man, it was fun. Episode 8, people.
Yep. Getting up there.
Damn, we've been having comments on here. I haven't seen anything.
I was gonna say that I appreciate you guys. I don't know how it came on there as you saying appreciate it, guys. So I was trying to type it in ego, but your name came up when I posted that.
Okay. And man, all right. So my bad, people, for not seeing the chat. Nick, She-Hulk would be trash. Just to fuck your wheels. But that's what's up, people. I'm glad y'all was here. I've seen a lot of people coming through, checking out the conversation, listening to us. I appreciate y'all. Tune in next week for the next episode of Heroes No Capes.
And just want to send special, just real quick, they want to interrupt, but special shout out to Nick, Godfist Martial Arts, Unexpected Fire, and Take It Home Podcast. Thank you guys for watching it live with us and commenting. We really appreciate it. I know we're a slow channel or a growing channel, but thank you guys for sharing part of your Saturday with us.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it. It was fun, people. More to come. We out.